Hello and thanks for joining me for some more Planet Crafter with the Planet Humble DLC. We have started a new game on Planet Humble. This is the 5th episode. If you are just joining me for the first time, there will be a link in the description below for the complete playlist. It does look like we have a bit of an asteroid event going on here. Let's see if any of these are going to land anywhere nearby. We'll go have a look and see what these are dropping. But we need to find ourselves a source of what's the blue stuff? I am out of practice. Osmium. Now, there is some in the cave over there, but it's currently under ice. So I think if we want to get to that, then we are going to need to turn up the heat a little bit and get that ice melting. And for that, we're going to need some iridium for the heaters. Let's just see if this is dropping anything interesting. Not really. Just the standard basic stuff. Alright. Okay. Well, we'll grab some of this stuff while we're here. We'll head back up. We'll check out how our ore crusher is doing from last time with the uranite. See what that's giving us, and we'll see if we've got enough iridium to maybe send up a rocket. Of course, for that we're going to need to build the launch pad. So we'll cruise on back this way. I'm just going to grab this dolomite while I'm out here. Grab some of that. And we'll have a look at what our ore crusher's doing. I'm pretty sure we got all of the uranite that was in the cave. Excuse me. Alright, that's taking a little while. That's full. Alright, so we've got the one uranium rod there. Iridium rod, I mean. Let's chuck this stuff in here. Let's get inside and get some oxygen. Alright, let's eat that one. Let's check these. Okay, that's done. And so I was going to move this upstairs. That one's done. So let's take that out. That one's also done. So let's take that one. And I think this one's probably still got a bit to go on it. Yep. Alright. Okay, so I guess these can just go up here. Let's pop that in there. And that one. That one. Okay. Just going to drink one of those. Let me see. Okay, so super alloy, titanium and iron will let us build our launch platform. But where are we going to build it? Maybe up there. What did we need for a door? Iron, silicon, and titanium. Okay. Silicon is what we are having shortages of. Got another event going on. Alright. We're going to need some more storage, I think. Let's just see if I can squeeze one of these in here. Bit weird, but it works. Okay. I wonder if we can access that from inside. It's not that one. Maybe if our... Yeah, there it is, through the back of the crafting station. So... I mean, if we move the crafting station... Let's put our crafter over a little bit. There we go, we can access that from inside and outside. Alright, so titanium, we needed super alloy. So we need 2 more titaniums. And this base is just temporary, so it's not super organised at the moment. Alright, well these are taking a while, so let's just chuck one more, whoops. One more in there, keep it going. Okay, should probably check our power too, because it's probably going to suck up a bit of power. 55, 24, yeah, we're going to need more power. How much uranium do we have? That's the question. Because we want to have enough left over to do some rockets. We don't really have a lot just yet. Okay. Alright. Let's head over there. Not sure if I disassembled the solar panels that were over there. Because there are some wrecked solar panels there which we can disassemble and then put them straight back up. I've got a feeling I might have already disassembled them though. There's one over here. Alright, do that one and I'm just going to put it straight up here for now. Pretty sure we checked these. Alright. Bunch of iron. Okay, been up here. Alright. I guess we'll just have to build a few with resources that we do have. Can disassemble some of that stuff later on. We'll grab that aluminum. Silicon I'll grab because we've got a bit of a shortage of that. Oops, that was iron. Oh well. Okay. So, what do we need for these and how much do they do? 19. Well, another one should probably do it. Maybe 2. So, magnesium, I think. Cobalt. Alright. I'll grab enough to do 2 then. Although we're not going to have the silicon for it. None in there. Alright, see if I can find another piece of silicon. It's iron. There's a piece of silicon. Quick look around and see if there's any more, and we'll grab it while we're out here. There's one. There's not a lot around. A few pieces over here. There's a little bit there. Alright. And my inventory is full. Okay. So I'll chuck up a couple of extra solar panels. Let's go. Bang. And one more there. Let's have a look. Yep. We should have plenty now, I think. 50, 55. Okay. What I want to do is put in a door here. Maybe not. No. Not there. Let's go upstairs. Let's put a door here. Put our launch pad up here. Alright, so I need 2 iron and a titanium. Oops. No titanium in there. eat that one. Take that out. Drink that. Let's eat that. So that does 35 and that does 25. So the mushroom's slightly better. And can we fit that in here? Let's pop that in there. Okay. So I guess we'll put this up here. We can always move it. Looks like it's the only way it wants to go. Don't really want the stair on that side. How about there? It's a little bit messy. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, that one's going to bring uranium. That one's going to bring iridium. That takes silicon, which we do have shortages of. Okay, so we need a rocket engine to start with. All right. So let's grab all of our iridium and all of our uranium. Let's chuck all this in here. Let's eat that. Let's grab that stuff out of there. Okay, those can go in there. That can go in there. We'll pull out one of those and keep that full. Let's take out as much of that as we can. Let's put all of this, let's just sort that so it's a bit easier. Okay. Super alloy can go in there for now, or some of it. Let's take all this out. This can all go in there where we can reach it from inside. Let's grab the rest of that out. All right. Okay, we may as well keep that busy. Put an extra one in there. Back inside before we run out of oxygen. It's this one down in the corner. All right, let's sort these. Let's take all of this stuff out. All right, how many rods is that going to give us? Just 2. So maybe we will need to do the uranium rocket. All right, where's our rocket engine? Have we unlocked it? There it is. Okay, so an iridium rod and a superalloy. Okay. Well, I suppose I should have put some superalloy in there. Let's pop that in there. We'll pop that in there. Keep that going. Let's grab some of these. Oh, I'm not going to fit all of those in there, I don't think. I needed one more uranium. Which I don't have. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we definitely need to do a uranium rocket. All right. In that case, that can go in there. That's full. That's full. Suppose we'll put those in there for now. Let's grab ourselves some water. Oops, didn't mean to drink it. Wanted to carry it. Do we have oxygen canister? No. Okay. Grab some cobalt. Make ourselves an oxygen canister. Capsule. Yeah, I keep seeing this big red line and there's like a red dust over there. So what I'm thinking is maybe there could be some iridium over in that direction, perhaps. I don't know. Don't really know the map. But we'll grab ourselves enough stuff along the way to build a little hab. What do we need? Another iron. Let's grab that. Where was I seeing that red? Is it up here? Don't know if it was. Guess it does look like some of these chunks of ice starting to melt. Alright, nothing over here. What is that stuff? Alright, I'm going to ignore the chest for now. We'll get super desperate and we'll look in it. Same with that chest. Alright, what is this stuff? Can be destroyed with explosives. Okay. Well, there were explosives back in the cave. There were some. We'll take the silicon. Yeah, we don't really need super alloy right yet. There's that red thing. All right, oxygen's low. Let's just pop that up. Let's hop in here. So we'll eat that one. All right. Let's keep heading towards that red, whatever that red thing is. Is that a lava flow? All right. Grab a couple of titaniums if I can see them. There's one. Oh, we got yellow over there. That could be sulfur. So I guess the resources are the things to get used to on this planet. That are quite different from Prime. Yep, sulfur. Titanium. Alright, so we should be able to chuck up another hab if we need it. So we got dolomite over here. Fair stack of it. Couple of chests. Some sort of wreckage over here. Alright, take the chip. And yeah, this has stuff in it too, but I think maybe we'll leave that for the time being. Same with that one. Okay, still not seeing a lot of resources over in this part. Alright, so home's over there. And I think the red beam was that way. So we'll cruise up here. And I think by the time we get back, well, that's a bit of a drop. We don't have jetpack yet. Let's pop this up. Alright, I'll leave that there. Actually, there's no real reason to come back up here, really. I mean, maybe over there, but that's a long way down without a jetpack. Hope we can do this bit. Aha, I see red over there. That's still pretty high up though. see if we can find a safe spot to get down here. Alright, was it through there? No, it's up behind there. There's big red cloud. Alright, our home base is over that way. Alright, so we know where to come for sulfur. So let's cruise through. Which way? Up this way? Get around this side maybe? Maybe it's a bit further than it looked. Or it could be going in the wrong direction. Or maybe it's completely on the other side of all this whole mountain. I don't know. Do have more dolomite over here. It's just sulfur. Alright. Have a drink. Let's pop up a hab quickly. Fill up our oxygen. And I think we'll just take this with us. Well, unlocked another backpack. Alright, this looks like dried out lava. So we might be going in the right direction. Alright, I'm guessing these are just going to be standard materials in these asteroids, but we'll check what this one dropped. It's really close. Aluminum. Well, we've got plenty at the moment. Too worried about that. Okay, I see something red up here. Iridium? That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so we need to... Don't want to jump down there. We need to get our hands on some of those explosives and bring them back this way. What is this? Bauxite, we'll take that. Alright. Bit of iridium here. Uranium is what we need though. Alright, we'll grab that. Fit a few more. Let's see what we can find up around here. This will take some more of that. Okay, there's that. Okay, so that big beam we were seeing was, looks like a big lava pile or lava flow. Inventory is full. Let's chuck this up. Let's have a quick look over here. Okay, so there is more iridium over here. Alright, what do we need for a beacon? Aluminum. Alright. Well, I guess we'll leave the hab here. Actually, there is aluminum. There's aluminum right there. Silicon. Titanium. We can find a titanium. I'll put a beacon up here. That's bauxite. So it's that. Any titanium around these parts? What's this one? Titanium. Alright. Let's pop down a beacon here. Let's make that red. Okay, so at least we'll be able to find our way back here. A few more spots available. I will grab silicon, seeing as we do have a bit of a shortage of it. And I do have an oxygen canister or capsule on me, so we might be able to make it back if we just beeline it. And I think we probably definitely need to do the uranium rocket first, which will allow us to build more rockets. Assuming they work the same way as they did in Prime. Whoa, that's a bit of a drop. It's a pretty cool view though. So how do we get down here without a jetpack? Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. No, we might be able to get down this way. Looks like we came the long way around. Okay. At least it's good to know there's plenty of dolomite around here if we need it. Alright. And I think we might come across our lander pod on the way back, perhaps? Or have we already passed it? No, I think that's in here somewhere. Maybe we can top up our oxygen. It's in here. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. We might make it there. Almost. It was pretty close. Okay. All right. So back home. And hopefully our ore crusher has provided us with a couple more bits of uranium while we've been out. Okay, let's see. Let's shove this stuff in here. I guess we'll we've only got 2 more pieces of that. Pretty sure I didn't have any of that in these ones. Alright. So I know we're unlocking a few things that we could be building, but I really want to get the heat going. Let's take that one out and put that one in there. Alright, that can go in there. We'll take that one. Okay, I can eat that. Let's drink one of those. Step up here for a minute. Okay, these are done. Squashed anyway. Inventory's full. That's fine. Eggplants are done too. Alright. Okay, so uranium. Alright, let's pop that in there. Let's decode our chip. Compass, that could come in handy. I suppose we can put some of these in here. Okay, 2 uranium we need. And of course, I don't have any in reach. Bit of a lag stutter there. Where? Okay, in here. All right. Let's just sort that. Let's chuck all that in there. All right, we will need to do some proper organisation at some point. Been too fussed about it because I'm not sure whether this is going to be where we're going to set up base permanently or not. All right, what we got in here? That's still chockers. So that can go in there. That can go in there. Okay. So we needed silicon, I believe. All right, I think maybe we can afford to do some heaters. How much power is that going to take? A little bit. So our heaters are up here. All right. Silicon, titanium, and aluminum. Was it? Yep. Yeah, can these ones go outside? Nope. Okay. Yeah, big chunky things. All right. We take down that one. And that one. And we put up another one. All right, that should be a bit of a heat improvement. And of course that put our power out. Okay. Let's see. Cobalt, magnesium, and iron. Magnesium. And of course silicon. Okay. Let's chuck up a couple more of these. One got us going. But we'll pop up another one for good measure. Maybe we can fit it in there. Okay. Let's go back and figure out what we need for a uranium rocket. That one brings iridium. Okay, the uranium one needs cobalt, so that's easy enough. So it's 3 cobalt, super alloy. Alright. I probably should make that recipe pinner thingy. Where is that? Do we have that? Oh, we need osmium for that. Alright. Not to worry. And probably what I should do. You know what? Can we put a container up here? We can't. Alright, that's fine. Let's build one of those. And let's send it up. Let's get down. It's taking a while to blast off. I have a feeling it could be stuck. But it should still have the effect. I do want to pick these so that they can keep growing. Alright, chuck some of those in there. Alright. Gotta have a look and see where these, let's chuck as much stuff away as we can. Where are these things landing? Over there. At least one over there. There's one behind us. Alright. Let's drink of water. There's a couple over this way. Don't know if any go over the cliff over there. Well, at least a few seem to be landing in this general area, so should be able to pick up some uranium here. We can get to it. Okay, can't quite get into that one. Alright, I guess this rubble should clear eventually, and we'll be able to pick it up. Let's grab that one, grab that one, grab that one. Some in here somewhere. Can't quite get to that one. All right. The thing is, was that worth it? There's one. Okay. Let's have one last little look around this area. Not really seeing much more that we can actually reach. So let's get back and get some oxygen. Gonna make it. Oh, it's going black. Ooh. Okay. Well, we didn't really get a great deal out of that, did we? Let's make a rod out of that, though. Just drop that on the ground. Okay. So a couple landed over there. Looks like some landed up there as well. At least it's kind of easy to see the colour difference of all the rubble where it dropped. Let's have a look at this lot over here. May need to do some climbing to get to some of that. All right. Not really seeing much up here. There's a piece. It's a bit of a trek to collect any of this though. There's one. Don't know if there will still be more further up we climb. Alright, let's go check out the piles over there. See what we can find there. Okay, there's some green over here. There's a few bits there. 1, 2, 3 there, if I can grab it. Got that one. Alright. What I'm going to do, let's run over to our little hab there and just refill on our oxygen. I suppose we don't really need that tier 1 ore crusher there anymore either. But we'll pop in here. What have we got? Take that silicon though. Yeah, the rest is fine. Not worried about that. Alright, nothing in there. Okay. So go back to these crashed meteorites and see how much uranium we can get out of those. Don't know how cost effective sending these rockets up is going to be as far as for collecting uranium. There's a piece up there that we didn't grab. There's some more down here. Alright. Yeah, if I remember correctly, if you quit the game, save and quit the game, all of this will clear. but so will the ores that get dropped. So you do want to grab it all before you save your game. Or at least before you quit out of your game. Don't know if there's any more there. See a little flash of green over that way. Alright. Can I get to that? Not quite. From this side, there's a few here. Okay. Alright. I mean, that's not too bad a haul. Don't know if there's any more around. Not seeing any. Okay, so I guess we will head home. And once again, we might need to use an oxygen capsule. Maybe not. We're not that far. We might just get up the hill in time. Only just. Pushing it fine. Okay. Alrighty. So let's have a look here. Oh, that doesn't use the rods. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. It uses the iridium rod. There we go. Alright. Let's grab some water. Let's check our food. Eat that one. That one's not grown. Alright. How are we doing? What's our heat doing? Okay. So heat has sped up a little bit. Vehicle station. Okay. So the last time I played through this was in early access. And the furthest point you could go at that stage was frogs. It didn't advance any further than that. And they did not have a vehicle station before. So we might need to look into that. But let's do an iridium rod. Oops. I'm going to be one short. Too short. I don't do math. It's not something I do on the channel. All my numbers are guesswork. Let's chuck that in there. Alright. Iridium rod. Super alloy. I thought I had some in that container. Okay. And we've got 3 silicon. Alright, 3 more super alloy. And we can do the iridium one. So that's chockers. 1, 2, 3. All right. Can't quite get up there without going inside. All right, we need to do some reorganizing of the base a bit, I think. So now the uranium rocket, what did that do? Heat or pressure? I think it might have done pressure. Let's have a look. Oh no, it does do the heat bonus, which is what we wanted. We wanted heat. I mean, we do want pressure as well. So, anyway, we've been recording for about an hour. So I'm not going to send up a rocket now because I'm about to save and close down the game, and that'll just be a waste of all the ores that it brings in. All right, but our heat has started speeding up a little bit, so we'll send off a few more rockets in the next episode, and maybe we'll check out that vehicle station and see what's going on with that. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.